Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TNN, Raw and Uncut, where you get nothing but news delivered to you with no filter and no script, by none other than Tommy Sotomayor.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to TNN News Raw. I'm your host, Mr. Tommy Sotomayor, broadcasting live from Atlantic City. A lot of people have heard of this story, but now we have the faces to go along with it. There have been four black women who got pregnant by one man who was running a drug enterprise from the Black Gorilla family in a jail in Baltimore, Maryland. This one man was able to impregnate four different women 5 different times that we know of, and all of these women worked for the correctional system. The story is ridiculous. Let me tell you guys something about the women. You know that I have a saying, black women are looking for dick and attention at all times. I also brought up the fact that twice as many black women have children than black men. The majority of black women are fucking the same dude, and there is no greater example than this story right now. There is no sicker example of why there's so many STDs running rampant in the black community, simply because of the horrible choices that black women make. There are black dudes who would make great fathers, and they're considered lame. There are black dudes who black women say have no game, and guess who has the most game in the black community? Apparently it's niggas in jail. Let me explain to you guys this situation. I want you to pay attention. The Black Gorilla family leader, Tavon White, was able to run an illegal operation while serving time in a Baltimore City lockup. White and his crew sold drugs, weapons, and other contraband, all while he was behind bars. According to the Baltimore Sun, the BGF inmate can be found on photos holding bottles of Grey Goose, vodka, shrimp, and champagne while in jail. Now, this is the niggas problem right now. Again, niggas just like the old chocolate-ass peacocks. They got to show every damn thing off. You're in jail. Why would you show this off and not think it was going to get back? Let's continue. Prosecutors claim that White and his gang members made up to $16,000 per month on selling a normal $10 bag of marijuana, which in jail would go for $50. It's a pretty good enterprise. But their operation was aided by several guards who allowed the contraband to enter the jail. 4 of the guards were females who had sexual relationships with Mr. Tavon White, and he impregnated all 4. What I want you guys to do is take a look at the women, the black queens, the beautiful black queens who allowed a drug dealer, killer, and man behind bars, gang member, to not only get them pregnant, but get other women pregnant. And they knew about it. First woman that we want to run to you is Miss Tiffany Linder. Here she is. Tiffany Linder is a Washington, D.C. native. Tiffany Linder is 27 years old. Tiffany Linder was 8 months pregnant when she was on the stand having to testify against her baby daddy. White claimed that Linder knew that he was selling drugs because he was sleeping with her, and she was sleeping with another correctional officer whom she helped get the drugs in and out. So she was, again, this is what black queens do, fuck several dudes at once. She was fucking one guy behind bars and one guy that works with her, and they all were working together to help sell these drugs and make money. This was Miss Tiffany Linder. Miss Tiffany Linder also used to tip Mr. White and let him know that they were going to do shakedowns and stuff like that in his jail cell. So he was always prepared for when it was coming. Let's move on to the next woman, Miss Shanita Brooks. That beautiful queen, Miss Shanita Brooks. Shanita Brooks' take-home pay was about $38,000 a year until she met Mr. White. Once she met Mr. White, she started having sex with him, and he let her drive his Mercedes-Benz. The reason it all went to hell with her was because she found out he had got somebody, his other baby mama, pregnant, and she got mad. But his other baby mama, he'd already had a baby with that woman. She caught the argument. Things went south between them. Next thing you know, they're actually fighting in public at the jail. Shanita Brooks, a beautiful, beautiful woman, classy woman who would argue with an inmate about who he's fucking. Shanita Brooks filed assault charges against that other baby mama who Mr. White has 2 kids with. That mama's name is Katera Stevenson. The next woman, her name is Jennifer Owens. Jennifer Owens is a resident of Rattleston, Maryland, and Jennifer Owens is 32 years old. And she loved White so much that she decided to get his name tattooed right across her neck. She's got this man's name tattooed around her damn neck. She gave birth to 2 of his kids, and she pled guilty to racketeering and also got into a fight with the previous woman that I just mentioned. Here's another one of the feisty ones. The last one is Miss Katera Stevenson, who got into a fight with the woman I just mentioned. There's a lot of fighting going on between women who work at a jail system and are all fucking the same guy who is stuck in one place. Katera Stevens is 26 years old, and she worked in the Baltimore City Correctional Detention Facility since 2008. She fell in love with White after he gave her money, and he let her drive his Mercedes-Benz. She was impregnated by White at the age of 24 and helped him bring contraband inside. However, she made the mistake of leaving the contraband outside where it froze in a snowy day in Baltimore. Stevenson pled guilty also to racketeering. White eventually received a reduced sentence of 12 years in prison after testifying against other black guerrilla family members. Now, I want you guys to think about it this way. This is not even the first, second, or third time that you've heard of black women, multiple black women, getting pregnant by the same inmate that was in jail. I want to know, who is letting women even work at male jails? Why is this even something that is allowed to happen? It's number one. But number two, why are black women who say they have such high standards, they dimes, they 5-star chicks, they boss bitches, why are they dating dudes that's in jail? I mean, people make fun of me all the time. He been in jail. And yet apparently going to jail is not a bad place. Maybe the problem is I'm not in jail anymore. Maybe they're like, it made me like a punk that actually I went to jail for reasons that were false. Maybe that's what makes me like a punk, like, because I'm not a criminal. Don't have a criminal record. I think that might be the problem. Because black women seem to really love criminals. They gotta love gangsters. This man was able to get 4 women pregnant, a total of, I think, 6 kids. And no one finds this weird, odd, or, 7 kids. No one finds this weird, odd, or stupid. That's 6. I got it right first. 6 times. 6. Where's all of the queen mentality and the queen actions at? And y'all talk crap about me all the time. Apparently, I shouldn't say the shit that I say. But why not? This is what's happening. And what's really sad is most of the things I say, I go real far left just because I'm trying to bring people back to the center. Half of the stuff I didn't even know was true when I used to say it. I used to say, well, if it's right here, I can say it's right here. So people will try to move back to the center because then they'll realize that's too much. Kind of like telling people that your party's at 8 o'clock and it's really at 10 o'clock, but you know if you tell them it's at 8, they'll come about 9 or 10 and be right on time. I promise you, that's how I used to do my videos. I would say, well, if they said this much happens, I'm going to say this much happens to make it sound that much ridiculous, and then people will try to change. And then I started realizing, no matter how ridiculous I made stuff sound, there was a story that was actually that. And I was literally depressed because I couldn't believe that there are actually people who are going as far left as they can to do as much dumb shit as they can. And I don't understand how it's my fault that I'm covering this stuff. It's my fault that I made an assumption a far left assumption of stupid shit that black women would do for DNA, for dick and attention, and then they actually did it? How am I making these women look bad? This is a news report right here. What did I do to make these women look bad? I would love to know. Because I don't think I've done anything but report a story that needs to be reported, because black women were willing to not only fuck the same guy, not like he's a doctor or a lawyer, he was just a drug dealer. And they were fucking everybody they could fuck raw. How many people probably messed with them 4 girls while they were fucking the inmate? But bringing this up makes you a coon. There's only but so much room on this ship. Same as Noah. Same as when Lot left Sodom and Gomorrah. There's only but so much room. There's only but so much room in this crew. There's only so much room on this ride. And I'm not trying to save everybody. I don't give a fuck about most people. Because most people sit there and see an incident like this and think saying something about it is bad. Not what they're doing is bad. Most people will continue to call black women queens when in almost every crime-filled neighborhood is 80% women having kids by niggas that ain't shit. They purposely choose niggas that ain't shit. That's black women. They purposely choose the worst dudes possible. They procreate with them, then they make the worst dudes and the worst girls, and they keep replenishing this idea of what this quote-unquote black community is. And this is why I say, fuck the black community. Please go and read this story, how disgusting and gross it is. And black women, this is a reflection on you, because it's what you mostly do. And again, it's for black women, it's only one black dude. So even if you wanted to break it down and say black dudes are bad too, you sure can. But black women apparently are 4 times worse, because they fucking the same dude. There's 4 different chicks. I'm Tommy Sotomayor. This is TNN News Raw.
Fucking believable. 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 Fucking believable.